Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is an educational channel, the Wild Tangent Network, and we do educational videos, and we focus on great theories, concepts, and discoveries that you're probably not familiar with, things that the powers that be don't want you to know about, and that you have to do a great deal of digging to get to, both physically, into the archives, um, way back into history, and also emotionally, because, and mentally as well. Things that are difficult or esoteric, and also things that are, um, difficult emotionally, because you are hanging on to your current belief systems, and this new stuff is shattering some of those belief systems. So it requires some intestinal fortitude. And this is segment number 38 called The Q-Tip of the Spear. And this is dedicated to the patriots out there that I think are on the Q-tip, or on the tip of the spear, but the Q-tip, because they are all people that follow that 17th letter. And I check out some of their podcasts and riff on whatever catches my fancy on a daily basis. And, just to serve as some tips. And, yeah, well, I think just like everybody else in the world, I'm a little bit confused about what's going on with the war and so on. But, as a full control person, I feel like it's just part of script. Not to say that, people aren't living and dying and suffering, um, but that probably most of that occurred in the past, and that we are more or less watching a reenactment of the events. It's not to say that all of the events are a reenactment. There might be some isolated events that are truly happening, but so a lot of the news um, takes advantage of what you would call amplified messaging to make it seem like there's a story, but there really isn't, or they make they make mountains out of molehills. Um, but it appears as if the administration is about to call out 5,000 Marines on something like an aircraft carrier, not an aircraft carrier, but something like it, um, to head over to the straits over there. And rumor has it that they're going to try to take three strategic islands where there are, um, in particular, Karg, Kish, and also this another one, which I think also begins with K, in the Straits of Hormuz. And I don't know, sounds like an adventure. Not sure what that looks like long term. And it seems like you want this to be over. Every day that this keeps going on, it's just kind of like, you know, you feel like you're being strung along. But at the same time, you hear the hawks out there, saying, he's going to be making a big mistake if he backs off now. He's got to cash in right now. And so uh, I'm sure he'll do the right thing because the script has already been written. So, it's gonna make him look good, and I definitely believe he deserves an Oscar. But and maybe two of them, one for best villain as well as best lead actor. But yeah, it seems like if we can get out of there, in there, and out of there very soon, that would kind of jumpstart things here for the spring. And spring forward, we've got a lot of events coming up here. This year, we've got the 250th anniversary. Um, we have the World Cup, and then we have the big uh, many of the events for the 250, and then eventually we're going to have these so-called elections if they actually occur, and some of that is garnering some attention as well. Um, but I think that in general, all of this is just a big set of exposure. Um, uh, I think that this whole thing is going to be exposing both the um, the Muslim Brotherhood and the Mossad, or the Zionists. And so, I think that both of these sides are going to lose this. And it looks like the Chinese are losing too, because they have backed off on their plans to invade Taiwan. I don't know exactly whose intelligence that is, or what to make of that, but it sounds like they're moving into attempting to negotiate with Taiwan instead of just going by force. And that seems like a particularly not Chinese way of doing it. So, at the very least, you're getting them out of character, making them make uncharacteristic moves. And, again, probably part of the script. Interesting script. I hope that they can wrap it up here real soon because I'd like to get back to reality, you know. Um, but, then I say get back to reality. When was the last time we were in reality? It was probably just a little bit before Adam and Eve. So it's been a long time. We've been living in a, you know, uh, simulated reality for all of our history, but we're just finding out about it. And so that can tend to make you doom out, but it actually is a great opportunity because you can't change anything unless you actually know about it. And so even though it's a bitter pill to swallow, it gives us an opportunity to actually change it. And so we just have to bounce back from the blow. Yeah, you might have to stay in bed for an extra day or something, or cry yourself to sleep at night for a few days. But you'll get over it, and then you'll be ready to battle. So hopefully that's where we're headed. Like, share, subscribe, comment, contribute, and um, come back tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in today. Have a great day.